Thank you so much for joining me. This is meteorologist Tallman with an update on the weather situation, snow and ice tonight and Thursday. That is going to be for the area where you can see it highlighted in pink where they're under a winter storm warning. I'll have more details to that coming up in just a little bit. And people that are in the thumb area in the northern half of Michigan is under a winter storm warning. That does not include southeast lower Michigan. I'll have details on what we can expect coming up in just a couple of moments, so please stay tuned for that. The rest of the information that I do have here is primarily snow during the evening hours, mixing with sleet and freezing rain overnight through Thursday morning. Light mix possible to I-69 corridor. Stay tuned with me and I'll have complete details coming up. I've got more just ahead. Please stay tuned for the extended edition of our newscast, and you are watching a very special edition of our weather forecast. Stay tuned, more severe weather updates to follow. And we're going to bring in our meteorologist, Eric Tallman. He's standing by at the moment, and we're going to bring him in right now, and he has an update on the system that we're continuing to track. Now, Eric, I know it's just been one of those busy days. What can you tell the viewers right now? Well, we're going to explain it. There is the storm system right there. You can actually see that upper level low is actually tracking towards the northeast. It is bringing precipitation with it. And we actually have more of a concern back here as two storm systems have finally met and merged together. That is going to bring enough energy for more precipitation to erupt here. So we're monitoring the situation very closely here. If I could just have my camera guy move it over a little bit, then I can see what I'm doing. Thank you very much. So you can see we have an upper level low system tracking over here that's actually over on Lake Michigan that is going towards the northeast, and it's still going to continue to go to the northeast. Behind it, way in the Midwest, is two upper level lows that have actually merged together. So that is going to be a concern because why? Because that's what's bringing in the snow and the ice and the sleet and all that nasty stuff. And on top of that, it is going to bring in showers and thunderstorms with it. We're going to be on the warm side of the storm system, so we're mostly going to have rain for our viewing area, but we're still watching this very, very closely in case changes do erupt within the next hour. So we're watching that as you can see. So that storm system is still way out to the west in the Midwest right there. It is tracking towards the northeast. You can see it's like a choo-choo train following each other. So there's the two upper level lows that have met and combined forces together. That's still there. So we're watching that really closely. And that is going to continue to track towards southeast lower Michigan. So like I said, I'm watching the activity very closely, and there are showers and there are thunderstorms with that. And the thunderstorms are actually over where the warm front is, right over there. There's a line of showers and thunderstorms right over there. And then we also have the snow and rain that we have to contend with, and we do have rain that is going to be moving into southeast lower Michigan. So there's going to be a lot of different types of things happening here. We are not at all expected to have any severe weather expected in southeast lower Michigan. So this storm system that we have in the Midwest that is gaining forces right now, it is not going to bring us any kind of severe thunderstorms or tornadoes or anything like that. But it is possible that we will get some thunderstorms Thursday, for sure, we'll kind of keep you posted. We're just adding that in the mix. So it is going to be a busy evening, so I will continue to track that. We're not expecting this to actually change pattern to where it's all rain. That's not going to be until after 8 a.m. when we get the rain and thunderstorms in southeast lower Michigan. That's going to start traveling our way. So I will continue to keep an eye on the situation and give you guys updates as quickly as possible. And I will be on Twitter as well. And I will post updates as soon as I get them. But like I said, this is nothing too big, it is to be concerned about, because in the beginning we were more concerned that this storm system was going to end up being an outbreak of severe weather and it was going to bring us another potential snowstorm. That was the main concern on the top of the list. For Michigan, I was quite concerned that we were going to end up having a big snow storm event here in southeast lower Michigan and Metro Detroit. But I'm closely watching the situation on the horizon, and I will continue to do so for the next 24 to 48 hours. So the wild and crazy weather is yet to come. And then after that, we'll talk about the extended forecast. In just an hour or so that's coming up, I'll talk about the extended forecast, and we'll let you know when things dry out and when we can see some warm temperatures and some sunshine. But it's going to be quite active here for quite a while, and that's going to happen overnight tonight, as I told you before. We've got precipitation. We've had rain in Metro Detroit falling. We will check the current conditions in just a few minutes, and I will look at that, and I'll check to see if there has been any changes to our weather situation, and we're only expected to go up to some spots might even hit the 50-degree mark, or maybe even 60. I'll kind of keep you posted right now, because I'm watching the temperature change as well. So there's a lot of changes, different weather patterns going on. So I will be here at the weather desk keeping an eye on things, and if worst comes to worst, I will bring it to you ASAP, and I will make sure that I give you an update on Twitter as well. And you can tweet me on Twitter. I will be on there. I will answer your tweets as fast as I can, and if I can't reply to your tweets, I apologize, but I try to get to all of them as quickly as I can. And you can also find this update on Google as well as YouTube. And sometimes I have it posted on Facebook, but not likely. Let's see if there have been any changes. We're going to go ahead and zoom in here so I can see what's happening here. I'm just zooming in here so we can see what's happening. All right, let's talk about the situation right now. There is the bulk of the storm right there, and all of this stuff has got to get in here. And it's actually going to be moving in at a rather good pace, I would say. And this is rain right here. And then, like I said, all the snow, where the snow winter storm warnings are at, that's in the northern part, like up in the thumb area. You guys are going to get hit with that. And in the northern part of Michigan, you guys are pretty much under the gun for some snow, heavy snow, ice, that type of thing, and a lot of shoveling, I would presume. So I'm watching it very closely, and there it is. Here is the active scenario right there. There's all that snow that we were just talking about. It is on top of us. It's in Michigan. It goes all the way from the thumb area all the way northward. You can see exactly the trend right now. We've got the snow way, way far to the north. And then below it, thank you. Thank you very much for zooming in, cameraman. Anyway, I was just talking to one of my assistants. What I was just saying a minute ago before that interruption, there's that snow band right there. and that extends all the way over where those storm systems have finally met forces. And you can just see the resemblance, how interesting this is. And then there's the rain band that is trying to make its way into southeast lower Michigan and metro Detroit. And there's that upper level low I said that has to get through here. It is going to be going to the northeast, and it's going to continue on moving on through. So that's probably going to be in the overnight hours. We'll keep you posted on that as well. But we have a lot of precipitation that has to get in here, and it's right ahead of the storm system. And then we have the other storm system, number 2, that is still in the Midwest that we're really focusing our eyes on. And I'm waiting to see what that's going to do, because both of those upper level lows have actually joined forces together. And if it holds together, we may have some big time issues, and it might cause some problems here. So we'll kind of continue to keep an eye on the situation. We'll let you know about the change in the weather condition. We are checking the extended forecast by the hour to see if there have been any changes. And I will check it again at 8 o'clock, and then I will let you know by 8:30 what we expect, and then I'll just give you an update and a guideline of what to expect. So you can see that this is a very interesting pattern as well, and that cold front does extend all the way in here, and all the way over there where the upper level system is at and where it's tracking. And we normally are not on this long, but since that there's a lot to cover today, there's just a lot to give you guys details opposed to. So it all depends on where you're at. So we'll be giving you weather updates for southeast lower Michigan, and we'll also cover the western parts of Michigan, Grand Rapids area, Lansing and that, Kalamazoo. So we'll talk about what's going on over in their area over there in just a little bit, and that's coming up next in the other half, but it's not going to be included in this broadcast because we're a little bit over, as you can see, just because I'm covering so much and all of that. So we'll continue to monitor the situation, and as soon as I get new detailed information, I'll pass it on. But this does look very, very interesting and very active looking, and I will let you know. But for right now, there hasn't been any advisories, any watches for us in southeast lower Michigan. I'm trying to keep in contact with some meteorologists and the National Weather Service in Detroit Pontiac to see what their responses are, and if any, I will let you know if anything does change. So between 8:30, 8:45, I should have another update in regards to what's going on as this thing continues to prevail here and continues to stay active. We'll let you know. So just stay tuned. I'll have more updates through the evening. The last update that I will be giving you will be at 8:45 or 9 o'clock this evening. So please stay tuned. I'll have more updates as soon as possible. This is meteorologist Derek Tallman, and thank you so much for joining me for this evening's weather edition on the severe weather and wintry weather update. I'll have more coming up in just a little bit. Thank you.